Okay. Let me lock in. What's up, baby girl? Hey, what's up? My name is Moshe-Max Sloane, and I am from Sharon, Massachusetts. I've been doing parkour for about 5 years now. I mostly specialize in free running and doing some cool flips. I am 18 years old, and I'm the GOAT.
Did you start as a student at Hub, or did you start elsewhere?
I did start as a student at Hub. I basically got told about Hub, walked in, and I was immediately a parkour athlete. The coaches were super cool. Someone remembered my name when I came in like 2 weeks later, and I was basically hooked from then on. I'm pretty sure it was Dalton who said my name 2 weeks later, and I was like, all right.
You have been to 2 different qualifying competitions. Let's talk about how you did at the competitions and your thoughts on it.
I have a ton of thoughts about how I competed as I didn't qualify for either of them. Number one is just overall experience and time put in. I have always been someone who loves procrastinating and doing the least amount of stuff I can do in order to get something done, but that's not really how it works at the highest level. There's obviously a lot of technical aspects that I could improve, like the connections and my flips, the different ways that I create my lines and my own personal unique style. But all of those are gonna come with how hard I work during training. Practice makes progress, and I'm not practicing enough.
What motivates you to keep training and keep pushing yourself in parkour?
Definitely other people. There have been tons of times where I've thought about doing other sports, but definitely my friends, my coaches, which have been around me for years, they're the biggest inspirations to me. I love all of the coaches that are at this gym. I love all of my friends who I train with, and it is honestly an honor to be able to train with them every day. Biggest part of why I keep doing parkour.
How do you balance training, personal life, and any other commitments?
I don't. This is certainly one of the biggest problems I have as a parkour athlete. I just try and do everything all the time, all at once, and it doesn't work for like anything, ever, at any time. I try my best to have a consistent schedule with my training, and I have, over the past few months, have developed a much better one, but it's still very 2 a.m. motivation. I just drive somewhere and start training, which is not as good as it could be.
So the squad, you, Gio, Brandon, you guys all seem to have a really good friendship. How has that helped you in your training?
That helps a ton. I mean, there can be good parts of just having like professional relationships with everyone that you're competing against or competing with. But I mean, having them as my friends, having them know what pushes my buttons, what makes me actually do stuff when I don't want to do it, super helpful. And of course, them being able to step over that boundary of friendship and professionalism where they can just be like, yo, you're not training enough. You gotta train more.
All right, so you're joining the squad on a trip to Vancouver for SPL 3. What are you most looking forward to at SPL?
I'm so looking forward to seeing all the style runs. And of course, my friends compete, but Texas was one of the coolest competitions I've ever been to. Just watching the style runs was like one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life. And I can't wait to see everything that happens at the finals.
Who are some of the athletes you look up to that you are potentially hoping to beat?
We got Ellis Torhall, Tim Champion. We got Dom Tomato. I hope he's there. We got Kalen Chan, Rai. That guy is the GOAT. I already met him, but I can't wait to see him again. Denali, the GOAT.
If you weren't doing parkour, what other sport or activity would you focus your energy into?
That is a great question. I probably would have given up on all physical activity by now, honestly. I have tried pretty much every other sport in existence. I used to play soccer when I was a kid. I did gymnastics for a few years. I played hockey for a while. But no, all of them really just didn't click with me. I don't fit well on a team. I don't really do well solo, obviously. Parkour is just the sport for me. I've always been a very free, climby guy. But if I had to choose one thing that I'd probably be doing, probably be climbing. I love climbing.
What is the funniest thing that has happened to you during a training session or competition?
I honestly can't tell. All of my training sessions are blasts. I mean, it's just fun to train with friends, hang out with them, crack jokes. Probably the most fun I've had while I was training was when I went to the competition in Montreal, getting to stay with my friends for the first time at a hotel and cracking jokes the entire time.
Do you have any fun or quirky rituals that you do before a competition?
No. Dalton, my coach, once told me about how football players eat a lot of pasta the night before, but I don't really do that. The only thing we really do is we make it a very big point to stretch to the best of our abilities. Actually, for both of the qualifiers that I went to, for some reason, I walked more than I had ever walked in my life the day before the competition, and absolutely ruined my legs, so that was pretty dumb.
What are your long-term goals in parkour and beyond?
For parkour, long-term goals, I want to keep doing parkour till I die. I think parkour is honestly dope. I think it's an awesome form of movement. I think everyone, no matter who you are, no matter how old you are, should be able to at least jump or walk without pain. Like, I think that's a basic human right. As for my goals in the sport and the competitive scene, I want to win before I'm like too old. Like that guy. You can't see him, but I was looking at Dalton.
Any advice for younger athletes looking up to you that want to pursue parkour at a competitive level?
Your brains are probably off, and keep them that way. You honestly don't need to think that much to do parkour. It's just trust your body, and it's going to keep carrying you through it. A lot of the time, the problems that I have with a lot of tricks or lines that I make is that I think about them too much, and that scares me.
All right, strengths and weaknesses. Let's go with, what are your strengths and your training?
I think a huge strength in my training is just my mastery over the moves that I like. When I like a move, I will spam it everywhere. I will think about it constantly until I have it mastered, and I can basically put it anywhere in any line. Another strength of mine is the creativity with which I can put all those moves together. I can think of a bunch of different ways to use the moves I like without having to branch too far out of my comfort zone. Also, just the speed with which I can come up with those lines, which has really helped me in competitions especially.
What are your weaknesses?
How'd it go? What's up?
What are your weaknesses in parkour?
Let me tell you about my weaknesses. I'm weak, number one. I am not as strong as I should be. I definitely need to hit the gym a little more. Just got myself a membership. Gonna start working out more. Hopefully I am better at carrying my body weight, but I'm also hoping that the extra strength lets me have more confidence in my body when I need to commit to moves more. But other than that, the main weakness is just not having a big enough skill set with the moves that I need to have.
What are you looking forward to most from watching them compete on the world stage?
This is light work. Will, number 1 in speed. Brandon, number 1 in skill. Gio, number 2 in skill. And speed. No, he doesn't really care about speed. My favorite trick? That's a good question. Should I answer that? My favorite trick? Dope side. Easy. Oh, my favorite trick to just do always is side flip. Easily. I love side flip. Side flip is so comfy, and it's so not scary.
Yeah, where do you see yourself next year? Competition back.
Good question. If we're being totally honest, lock in with me here, camera, and you, Dolan. I don't think I'm qualifying, honestly, for SPL3, which is very okay with me. I'm just going to watch the boys, get some experience of how the big competition life is. But I do honestly hope that next year I can come back and at least qualify and hopefully take home the dub. Chat, don't let your dreams be dreams. And I'll see you, chat, in the next one.
Micah.
I remember a while ago I asked Dylan like what I needed to improve on most before I was ready for comps, and he said stamina, and I was like, I need the tricks. And now I have no stamina.